Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. I have a different type of video to share with you today. I'm using another fun project from Idaho Custom Creations. This is their Nativity tiered tray set. This set is sold individually. It's not part of any subscription. I will have a link and all the information down in the description box below. Now this is a DIY project. It does not come painted. It does not include any of the supplies I'm using. It just has all of the laser cut wood pieces. And the detail is amazing. Idaho Custom Creations always does a great job. They do offer a monthly tiered tray subscription, so if you love to paint projects like this, definitely go and check that out. I used their June kit this year and it was so fun. And with their subscription kits, you also get the paint and all the supplies needed. I really wanted a Christian themed Christmas set, so I was really excited that she's offering this one. I will admit painting is not my gift, but this was really easy to do. I went to my local craft store, picked up this paint palette, all of the paints that I needed. They were on sale, so that was a bonus. For most of the painting, I'm using a makeup foam wedge. This makes it super easy. So you just get a little bit of paint on it, wipe off the excess, and then you dab it up and down to get all of the paint onto your wood piece. Now for some of the colors like the white and the yellow, I did do a second and even a third coat. That way they had a darker or brighter color. There are 6 different projects included in this set. The word believe is the only project that has only one piece. All of the others have multiple. So here's Jesus in the manger. And many of the projects you'll be layering the pieces on top of each other. So you wouldn't necessarily have to add paint. So on this piece where it has Silent Night and there's a star, I'll be layering that individual star on top. But I decided to put some paint on that background piece just in case a little bit will show. If you're better at painting than I am, you could get really creative with this set. I decided to play it safe and use just individual colors for each of those areas. In total, I did use 7 different paint colors. While I paint up the rest of the pieces, I'll put on some Christmas music in the background. Then when it's time to assemble, I'll come back and talk through that portion. For this project, it's hard to tell in the video, but there are etched stars all over the background. We'll be adding the title, Wise Men Still Seek Him. There'll be a star in the upper right-hand corner, and then we'll be adding the 3 wise men. I painted the 3 wise men in black so it'll look like a silhouette, but I really want them to be able to stand out against this background. So I'm adding some white using a foam brush, and then I felt that that was too bright, so I brought in some more of the blue. It'll help the wise men stand out against the background and also look like the star is leading their path to Christ. Now that all the pieces have been painted and are dry, we can start assembling. I'm using some super glue and just dotting some on the back. Now it's hard to see on this piece, but there is that etched detail, so it's easy to line up the sentiment and also the cross. This is one of my favorite pieces. I love how they have the cross as the T as part of the word Christmas. The next project is the town of Bethlehem. We have a palm tree on the left side. And I do apologize, I didn't realize I went off screen at the very bottom, but you can see most of it. There are 2 pieces for the palm tree, so we'll layer the leaves on top of that background piece, and that just adds a little extra dimension. To add the dimension to the buildings, I overlapped a few of the pieces so you don't glue them all together, and that way you get this nice long piece with all of the town. Now I'll start adhering Jesus in the manger. So you have this top portion with the sentiment Silent Night. Just glue those 2 together and then add the star on top. When using the super glue, you do have a little bit of wiggle room to get everything straight before it adheres. We have baby Jesus all swaddled up in the manger. Now I'll attach the stable onto this large pile of hay. Then I'll glue baby Jesus underneath the star and the sentiment Silent Night. So the next piece, this is the largest project, has those 3 wise men. You can see that fun background. I'm really happy with how that turned out, and it wasn't hard to do. So I'll glue down all of the wise men first. So you can see if I hadn't put that white in the background, you really wouldn't have been able to see the black silhouette of the 3 wise men. When I was painting the gold to go inside the chest, I painted the wrong side. Luckily, I noticed it and then painted the other side. And for the top with the little gold coins, I did use some gold paint. I'm adhering the gift from each of the wise men right on top of their silhouette. Now I'll add the sentiment. I think using that bright yellow really makes it pop. So I'll attach the star first. Now this piece does not have the etching for all of the words, but I found it really easy to just lay them out and then glue them down. And with that font, even if they're not perfectly straight, I think it still works out fine. So just finally adding the word him, and there's that one finished. So the final project is a little window, and it has 3 red candles and holly leaves that we'll put around the candles. Now for each of the candles, there's 2 pieces. So you have the taller piece in the background, and it has that curve on the front. I'll be placing the flame for each of the candles in that curve. So I'm trying to make sure to get the little point of the flame sticking straight up. So one more candle, and all of the candles are a different height. The tallest candles will go down first, and then the shortest candle will go on top. There are 2 clusters of holly leaves and then 3 individual leaves. I'll glue the 2 background candles down first, and I try to put a lot of glue on the back since it's really only attaching to that thin area of the window. I'll put that 3rd candle and now start arranging the leaves around the base of the candle. I attached the 2 leaf clusters on the outside, and then I'll attach the 3 small individual leaves on top of that smallest candle. And I only need to put glue at the very end of the leaf. I was trying to figure out what direction this final leaf was supposed to go. Out of all of the projects, the candle has the most layers. I'll show you a quick look at all of the projects, and then I decided to add a little extra detail just because it needed some sparkle. So just zooming out my camera so I can fit everything on the screen. I'm sorry, you can see some washi tape and some lines. That's where I decided to mark my area so I would quit going off screen. I'm using some Nuvo glitter drops. I have a yellow, a green, and a red, just adding a little bit of detail to each of the pieces. So for the flames, I use the yellow, adding a little bit of red underneath the very edge of the candle. On the word believe, I'm putting some little highlights along the edge of the word. For the large yellow cross, I first added a smaller cross on the inside, but later I decided to use my finger and just spread around the glitter so the entire cross was covered. I think it looked better that way. Here are all my finished projects, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. I've already added them to my tiered tray. I love how they look. I placed the word believe directly in front of the city of Bethlehem, and I really like the contrast between those two pieces. Now, if you purchase this, you can paint it however you want. You can use different colors. That's what's so fun about the DIY projects. If you are interested in purchasing this set, I do have a link provided in the description box below. The quality is amazing. This was so fun to paint, and I'm not a painter, and I still thought this was really easy to do. And Idaho Custom Creations has lots of other fun DIY projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.